Hi, this is Yoga with Dominique and I'm Dominique. Today we're going to be doing a nice hip opening, mobility, flexibility, strength flow. I hope you like it and we'll get started in a minute. First, you're going to need a couple of blocks or like cushions, folded up blankets. You're going to need 2 of whatever it is that you get to use instead of blocks if you haven't got blocks, just so you know. And we'll get started in child's pose. So you want to do a nice wide-legged child's pose, sitting back on your heels, knees nice and wide, about mat width-ish, just to your comfort. But you do want to do a nice wide-legged child's pose because we're trying to get into the hips. So coming down and just stretching out here for a sec. Some nice breaths in and out. Just do a few hip wiggles as well. So just wiggle your hips while you're here. Nice and gently. Nice deep breaths in and out. And we're going to go into some rocks backwards and forwards. So coming up onto your forearms, just rocking back and forth in that wide-legged child's pose. Breathe in as you come forward. Breathe out as you come back. That's it, just nice and gentle. Really push back when you go back. Really push back into those hips. Lean forward over your elbows, when you come forward. And keep breathing. We're just going to come up onto all fours. I'm going to bring our right leg out to the side for gate pose. I'm just going to turn this way so you can see what I'm doing first. So right leg comes out, you're pushing into the outer edge of that foot. Ankle, knee and hip all in line. Make sure you're not dumping into your shoulders. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Spreading out your fingers, pushing into the knuckles as well as your wrists, so don't dump all your weight into the wrists. I'm going to come up onto my back toes so I get a little bit of a toe stretch as well, but also it just helps with balance. And we're just going to push back and forward. So like what we did in that child's pose, we're just rocking backwards and forwards and we're really pushing back and getting that stretch in the hip. Breathe in as you come forward, out as you come back. Getting a nice wrist warm up here as well. And then next time you're up, stay there. We're just going to do some cat-cows from here in this gate pose. So you're keeping your leg out. As you dip your belly and look up, you're breathing in. And then breathing out as you curve your spine to the ceiling. And just do a few of those. Again, try not to dump into the shoulders there when you do the cow part. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. And come back to a nice tabletop position. We're just going to do the other side. So left leg out into that gate pose. And push back. Breathe in as you come forward, out as you come back. You should really feel that in your inner thigh as well when you push back. And then we'll go into into those cat-cows, so staying up and just cat-cow from here. You can close your eyes through any of this if you want to. Just make it a little bit more therapeutic. And back to a nice normal tabletop position. Just come sit in on into butterfly pose. Before we get into what we're doing in butterfly pose, I just want you to do some wrist circles one way and then the other, and just pull back on the fingers, push down, pull back, push down, and just do that with your fingers a bit. Just work that out. Okay, we're just going to do some pulses. This is what I call fluttering the wings. Oh, just take care not to like start too sharply. Nice and gentle. Nice posture, so you're not slumping into this, rounding your back, sitting up nice and gently, nice and good posture, basically. Breathing as you flutter those wings. And then we're just going to find some stillness for a minute. I'm going to push my elbows into my thighs to push my legs towards the floor and open up my hips a little bit more. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to push my legs back into my elbows. So I'm creating some resistance there. So I'm not just pushing my legs down into the floor. I'm pushing my legs back up into my arms, into my elbows. So I'm creating quite a bit of resistance there. And release. Take a nice breath in. And again. Really push into your legs. Really try and get them down to the floor, but really resist back up. Like, nope, my legs don't want to go down to the floor, so you're pushing back up. So you're really resisting down, trying to push your legs down to the floor as far as you can get them. And then your legs are pushing back up into your arms as if they don't want to go down to the floor. And release. You'll just do that one more time. So nice breath in. And as you breathe out, just push into your legs, but push back. And release. I'm just going to forward fold over. So nice deep breath in, straight back. And as you breathe out, hinge from your hips. So don't curve your back yet, just hinge from the hips. Go down as far as you can go without collapsing. Keep your chest out. And hold and breathe. See if you can go a little bit further. And breathe. And a little bit further. And roll up. Next we're going to windscreen wiper the legs. So feet out a little bit further than hip width apart. Nice bend in your knees. Heels on the floor, toes pointed towards the sky. Keep a nice posture again, so you're pushing your chest out. Nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just bring your knees over to one side. Really try and push these legs down, these knees down towards the floor. It doesn't matter if they get to the floor, don't push it so it hurts. But you want to feel that you're stretching your hips. Breathe into center and then breathe out to the other side. That's it, keep going with your own breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Just at least stay on this side for a couple of seconds before you switch. And The next time you're over to the right side, the side you started on, just stay with your legs the way that they are. So in this 90-90 position, 90-degree angle with both legs. Turn to face your right leg and then just fold over. If you can't really feel anything in this right hip, just bring this foot up a bit more. And you should start to feel it in your right hip, your right thigh. And you can always use the blocks, remember, so you can bring the floor up to you. Use the blocks if you need to. And we're going to transition from this into pigeon pose, so just make your way up onto your hands and just pivot round so that that right leg is a bit more under you and your left leg goes out straight behind. Pigeon pose. And just do some rocks here from side to side. You can pulse a little bit if you want to and relax into it for a sec. And then come back up. We're going to do the other side, so we're going back into a 90-90 position with those legs. Switch over. So your left leg is in front now. You're facing towards your left leg and you're going to fold over it. If you can't feel anything in that left hip and thigh, just bring that foot up a little bit more. And breathe. And transition into that pigeon pose. So you're just bringing this leg in a bit more, straightening your right leg out and coming into your pigeon pose. And again, just rock a bit from side to side. Nice breaths in and out. Pulse a little bit. And you can just relax over for a couple of seconds. And then back up. Oh. Just shake those legs out a little bit. And then we're going to be using our blocks. So just grab one of your blocks. You can have it on the lowest setting there, second highest setting, or highest, whichever one suits you best. I'm just going to put it on the second highest for now because my hips are a teensy bit achy from yesterday's 3 classes that I taught. So we'll start with the right leg. So just make sure your left leg's a little bit further out so you've got room to go from side to side with your right leg. You can use your hands to sort of keep you upright. So you don't want to be hunched into this like this. You want a nice posture, nice deep breath in, breathe out, and then just start bringing your right leg over that block from side to side. Strengthening those hips. Keep going. And then leave the right leg over here a little bit further out so that you can then do the left leg. Try and keep that posture up, remember. Don't slouch. We're just going to do one leg at a time, so right leg, left leg. One more each side. And just have a little stretch over. We're going to need that block, so we're coming into tabletop. And you're going to put the block under one knee. I'll start on the left just so you can see what I'm doing. You're putting the block Actually, it'd probably be better if I start on the right, but this is where you're putting the block under one knee. So I'm just going to stick that under my right knee. And I'm leaning on that block. And I'm just going to bring my leg up and down using my hip. So keep my core nice and engaged as well. And I'm just lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering. And if you need to shimmy about with that block there on the other knee, do that. Just lifting and lowering, nothing too major. That's it, keep going. You'll feel it in your right hip. That's the one that's you'll start to feel it in. 3, 2, 1, and switch. So block under the left knee. Get nice and comfy on that, make sure you're happy with it. And then do it the other side, so you're just lifting that right hip, lowering, lift, lower, and you're lifting the whole leg with it in this 90-degree angle. And breathe, remember to breathe. Whatever you do, don't hold your breath. I know it's easy when you're focusing on a pose or movement that you're trying to do. It's easy to forget to breathe. Three, 2, and 1. We're going to go into a downward facing dog and just stretch it out a bit, so just pedal here a little bit. Pedal it out for a bit. And then we're going to bring our right leg, to the sky. Stack the hips, so really open the hips up. Bend that knee, and then we're going to do some knee circles. So down, up and back. Knee circles with that right leg. And do one more, and then bring that leg back up. We're doing what I call Shiva dogs. So you're bringing your right foot to your calf, lower calf there, and doing a bit of a bend, leg back up. 3, 4, 5, 6, and release, and just pedal it out. And we'll go to the other side, so left leg up to the sky, open up those hips, bend that knee, and do those circles. And straighten that leg. And then those Shiva dogs on this side. So left foot to your lower right calf, bend that right leg, left leg back up. 3, 4, 5, 6. And just come down back into a child's pose for a minute. And breathe. Okay, and back up into a tabletop position. We are going to do tiger pose. So you can always use a strap for this, or if you can't reach your foot, just reach your arm back and your foot up as much as you can, basically. So, nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just bring your left foot up to the sky. Really hold that core nice and tight as well. Right arm comes back, and if that's as far as you can go, that's as far as you can go. That's absolutely fine. Just hold there. If you can go further, grab a hold of your foot, push your foot into your hand, and get a little back bend. And then we're going to bring this left foot out to the side for that gate pose and get a nice stretch. So I'm just going to come up onto my right toes again and just stretch back, like a bit of a child's pose, gate pose variation. And back up, other side. So right leg up to the sky, left arm back, and if that's as far as you can go, that's absolutely fine. If you can go further, do that. Remember, you're pushing your leg up to the sky and into your hand at the same time here, trying to keep your balance. And then bring that right leg out to the side for gate pose. Up onto those left toes and just push back into sort of half gate, half child's pose. And if you can't really feel the stretch in your inner thigh and your hip there on your right side, just move your foot out a bit more, further away from you. And back up. We're just going to do some cat-cows from here. So nice deep breath in, dip your belly, lift your gaze, and then breathe out as you curve up, chin to chest. Keep doing that at your own pace. And then we're going to go into some hip circles. So I like to tell people, pretend like you've got a pen sticking out of straight out of your tailbone there, and you're trying to draw circles on the wall behind you. So you're really circling those hips. And the other way. And we're just going to do some spinal waves. So we're coming back and we're going to start with our shoulders up. Start curving our upper back, mid back, low back up. And then like into a cow position. So belly down, chest down, bum towards your heels. And just spinal wave. Like that. Really take your time. You can bring your hands out in front a little bit more if that makes it easier. Breathing. I breathe in here and out here. Really pinch your shoulder blades together so you're spreading your shoulder blades apart here. Pinching them together as you go back and come back up into your tabletop position. We're just going to go into a half frog, so you're coming down onto your belly, bringing your knee out to the side so your knee is in line with your hip and your ankle is in line with your knee. And we're just going to do a thread the needle here as well. So I'm going to go, you can do it the same way as your knee, if that feels good. To make it a bit more intense, you can always go the opposite way. You might need a block under your head because that's quite an intense stretch. And breathe. But just do whichever way suits you best. And switch. So I'm going to straighten my right leg, bring my left leg out to the side for that half frog, and I'm going to thread the needle to the opposite way that my knee's going, using that block because this is a bit of an intense stretch, so trying to get your head all the way down to the mat might be a little bit tricky. just going to do some hip rocks here. So I'm just going to bring my legs out straight. I'm going to put my forehead on my hands as a pillow, and I'm just going to rock my hips from side to side. Taking some nice deep breaths in and out. And before we finish off, come up onto your feet into a forward fold. Bring your feet a bit wider than hip width. Point your toes out, just at a little bit of a diagonal, and then sit down into your yogi squat. If you need to sit on blocks because you can't get down so far, that's fine. If you need to have your hands on the floor, that's fine too. If you need to be up on your toes, that's fine. You can always put blocks under there as well to make it more comfortable. But wherever possible, try and sit upright. So if you need to have your hands on the floor, maybe use blocks to bring the floor up to you. So trying to sit upright. I'm going to bring my hands to prayer position at my heart. Again, I'm doing similar things what we did with the butterfly at the beginning. I'm going to push my arms into my legs, but I'm going to create some resistance back. I'm going to push my legs into my arms back. So my arms are trying to push my legs out further, but my legs are resisting that. Just gently, it doesn't have to be anything super major and really intense, just a gentle little resistance there. And I'm rocking from side to side a little bit, just because that's what I like to do in poses. I like to move a little bit. In some of these poses, it's kind of therapeutic for me to rock or sway or pulse. I'm then just going to go from side to side, just lifting one heel and then the other. If you can do that, that's great. And then I'm just going to come up into a forward fold, pointing my toes forward, stretching out here. Nice deep breath in. And then I'm going to point my toes out again and just come into that squat. Breathe in here. Breathe out as I go up. In as I come down. Just transitioning from one to the other quite quickly there. One more. And then come onto your bum. Grab your blocks, because you're going to need those now. We're going to do a reclined butterfly, or a supported reclined butterfly. So lay back, get nice and comfy. Soles of your feet together. Bring your blocks next to your thighs, or wherever is comfortable for you. Kind of in that gap between your thighs and your calf is a good one. And then just let your legs flop onto the blocks. There should be no tension anywhere. Everything should just be flopping, melting into the mat, melting into the blocks. And breathe. Take a nice few really deep belly breaths here. With every out breath, you're trying to just sink a little bit more into that mat. Let go of a little bit more tension with every exhale. One more of those. And then we're just going to finish off with some humming bee breath. That's really good for putting you into your rest and digest state. So stimulating the vagus nerve, which will then stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system and put you into rest and digest rather than fight or flight. So a good one to just finish on and relax to. So you want to take a nice deep inhale through your nose. As you breathe out, you just hum from your throat until your breath, you get to the end of your out breath, and then do it again. So nice deep breath in through the nose, hum it out. And again, as you're doing this, just make sure you're melting everything into the mat. With every hum as you exhale, just relax more and more and more into the mat beneath you. Keep going with that. Unclench your jaw, unsquint your eyes, relax your shoulders and your hips, just melt them into the mat. Knees just relax onto the blocks. Continue with your humming bee breath. Keep going with the breath. Keep going with that breath. Keep going with relaxing into the mat. Don't try and get through the breath as quickly as possible. Really try and make that exhale, that hum last. Right till the last bit of breath you've got in you. And then wherever you're at, just do one more of those humming bee breaths. And just go back to a nice normal breath. Focusing on it but not changing it at all, just normal breathing, just focusing on your chest expanding and releasing. Really feel your chest expand and then release. Goes out and sinks in. Expanding out, sinking in. And you can stay here for as long as you want, just focusing on that. You can do some more humming bee breath if you'd like. You can sit up and do the humming bee breath. You can do whatever you want to. But this is where I'll leave you for now. So if you liked this one, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe, look at my other videos. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.